Hi guys, and I just realized this camera's going to be right in my view. I don't quite put that exactly where I needed it. Hey Paladin Pirate, how are you doing? There we go. That's a little better. Just pop that up a little bit. There we go. I've got this a little bit loud on my end. Hang on. Probably got bounced. Oh, that's I can't even hear myself. Check, check, check. Okay, I think I've got the volume good for me. Oh, thank you on the Jonah episode. The Fantasia 2000 episode should be out before the end of the week. So, sorry, that just threw me off. I keep forgetting I'm in an FC now, so people are going to talk to me. So before we get too far, although we are going to get into the cabbages that I mentioned there, we've got to get our gladiator quest started. Or not gladiator, our next step on that gladiator quest. Hey, Artsy Steph, how are you doing today? Paladin Pirate says, I'm glad the boat engine was anyone's dislike because there was a biblical connection trying to outrun the storm after Jonah tells them to throw him overboard. Yeah. It was a weird connection, but it was there. I think I should be able to pick it up near the Gladiators Guild. How are you doing, Artsy Steph? Well, and there goes that guess. Oh, I bet I've got to get to a certain point in the MSQ before that unlocks. How much you want to bet? That may be why I can't, it's not giving me that yet. Ah, literally the quest I am about to start is the one I need to finish. So let's go ahead and just do that then. So close, and yet so far. We shall pray return to the waking sands. And I just remembered we can still take the shortcut here. That's not the shortcut. Where'd it go? Where'd she go? Where you go? Threat ticket, Vesper Bay. Threat ticket, that's the one I want. Use. Artsy says she's doing good. Woke from a big old nap after ladies' Bible study. Nice. Paladin Pirate says you have to remember these are the guys who did David and Bathsheba with rubber ducks. I get that. Really, I do. How else are you going to do David and Bathsheba to kids? Honestly. Okay, hang on. This is a blue quest. Blue quests usually are unlocks. Ah, I see. I already know what I need to know. That's the guy I talked to for some optional dungeons. Which we may or may not do. I may do them for the funs of it. Alright. Excuse me, fellas. Gotta go talk to Miss Menphilia. All right, Miss, what you got for me this time? Menphilia needs me to investigate the sylphs.
Now, having set aside the formalities,
What formalities?
we have a favor to ask of you.
We?
Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Ooh,
Aye,
repeat
my
dialogue.
lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
I can't be bothered to tell you more. They have to do it.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Really now?
Oh, how to describe them. They look like gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ah, the beard.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
That's fair.
While
They're peaceful.
Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained, until such time as we know. It would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Okay.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda,
Which is the Ixol
who,
primal.
I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
She ain't easy.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible.
Don't want to make him mad,
Words and
huh?
actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo.
Really? How's that?
Winning the Sylph's favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us?
Girl, I'm already working for you.
I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods.
Really?
Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Menphilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
I just noticed something very interesting on Thancred, but I'm not going to say what. Alright, so now we got to go to Gridania and speak to Vorsil Huloi at the Adder's Nest, which is where the Twin Adder. If we'd gone that route, that's where our base would be, our Grand Company base. You know what I mean? There we are. Okay, Huloi. We know far too little of the Sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the Scions once more if we are to... beg pardon, this is a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? Questing. And as you can see, now I can go do my jobs. But we've already started this quest line, so we'll go this way for a while. Well, artsy stuff. The reason my character has the word bean next to it is because I joined a free company, and that is their shortened terminology. So that's why it says I'm a bean. Because technically I joined the beans. Commander Vorsil Haloy has been awaiting the aid of the Scions. Hail, adventurer. I bid you welcome to the Adder's Nest. Do you seek to entwine your destiny with the Twin Adder? A little late for that. I'm already a pirate. Good evening, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Oh, I said that. I didn't use the right voice. I'm sorry. Ida and Papalimo, always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you're questing the name of the Scions of late. You question the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the Sylphs, that curious beast tribe that calls forth the depths of the Twelves Wood home. The Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, much to the delight of the Elder Seedseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind, and 'tis precisely for this reason that the Sylphs' relation to the Primal Ramu has raised a flag of warnings amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there be even a sliver of a chance that the summoning of the Primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry indeed. Do we strike at Ramu or leave the Sylphs of their own ways? That is the question. Yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at the answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you Scions come in. Fair enough. The Sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered, and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come upon the Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the Sylph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the Sylphs? This should be a pleasant enough a diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papalimo. Paladin Parts says, if you weren't going to make the connection, artsy stuff, I was. Artsy says, speaking of bunnies, I'm sure you saw my video of freaking out and Inhumans squeaking at our baby cottontails this year. Yes, that was very cute. Hey, Neko, how are you doing today? Any merchants? Well, there are merchants about, but I wasn't planning on talking to one. Artsy Stuff says to Paladin, apparently Bean Bunny was Michael Caine's Muppet when he did Christmas Carol, despite chucking a wreath at him. Well, that's the thing about Bean Bunny, is he was created literally to be cute. And the Muppeteers hated him for it. That's why they always tortured him. Favorite Muppet. That makes more sense. That does make more sense. Can I go straight to... No, I cannot. So we'll go that way. Or go this way. He was annoyingly cute. That's why the Muppeteers like to torture him. Is it really bad when it's a puppet and not alive? Unless someone's performing him. And even then, not really alive. He didn't last long, though. That's the weird thing. I, the fairy ducked at the base of this hill, will carry you across the lake to the shroud. Once you're ashore, head due east and you should find the hawthorn hut without much trouble. Technically, now I could jump, but we're just going to go straight here to Sweet Bloom Pier. Have you heading across the lake to the shroud? Yes, I will board the ferry. Exactly. I don't think, like I said, I don't think Bean Bunny lasted very long. He was one of my favorite Muppets back when I was a kid, but... this was one of the purchases I made a long time ago. I didn't realize it was a straight to buy on account. Mount guide. Where is it? Here we go. Nezja Chariot. Yangshan legend tells of a chariot who would carry gods and heroes across the heavens that they might keep watch over the earthbound children. Surprisingly, the Rift Realm's flora and fauna are unscathed by the fire and wind belched forth by the divine carriage. Oh! I didn't... Hey, Geek Devotions! How are you doing today? I didn't see what the thing was. Was that the... Was that the minion roulette? If it is, as soon as I get where I'm going, I will do the minion roulette. Doing good, Geek Devotions. How about yourself? Sing a song from an animated film. I can do that. What song from an animated film would you like? Everybody wants to be a cat. Well, you're not wrong. Let me get to the Aetherite here, because I do want to attune to that. And I will look up the lyrics. And I may have to pull a Francisco and actually listen to it for a little bit, because I don't remember how it begins. I know the chorus. Just a second.
You'll be listening for you to sing out. So let's drop in on some really swinging cats.
Okay, I think I know how. I think I can pick up where that goes. All right. Uh-oh, Neko's here. Hey, no. Jacob is here. Just in time for me to sing a song about being a cat. Everybody wants to be a cat, because a cat's the only cat who knows where it's at. Tell me everybody's picking up on that feline beats, 'cause everybody else is obsolete. A square with a horn makes you wish you weren't born every time he plays, but with... I am now making up part of this. But with a square in the act, you can set music back to the caveman days. Cha-cha-dum. I've heard some corny birds who tried to sing. Still a cat's the only cat who knows how to swing. Who wants to dig a long-haired gig or stuff like that? Well, everybody wants to be a cat. I just jumped ahead, I think. Anyway, yeah. Did that work, Geek Devotions? I kind of jumped ahead and kind of got lost. The lags makes G's funnier. Nico says, I feel personally seen by this song. Hey, admittedly, my main is a cat. That's just now I'm playing a bunny for this stream. Tress. Well met, Traveler. May I stream check up reporter? Well, not right now, but I do want to make sure I have you unlocked. Now, let's go talk to this guy inside the hut. Let's see. What did you say your name was? Emmeline. These French words. French names. Indeed, I am Emmeline of the Twin Adder. I understand you are here to learn of the Sylphs, yes? For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they are as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? Would you know more, and you do well to speak with the master of this hut, Rolf. He's forgotten more than about the Sylphs than I'll ever know. Sure, I'll talk to him. Why didn't I talk to him directly? Why'd I have to talk to you first? Sylphic Studies. Rolf Hawthorne, patriarch of the beekeeping Hawthorne family, is said to be well versed in Sylphic customs. Come to learn a thing or two about the Sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing, they're peculiar folk. How peculiar, ask? Well, let me just tell you. Beg pardon, friend, my memory's just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all a-cluttered in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before, you might have more luck with them. Well, you're helpful. Isabel? What do you know about Sylphs? The Sylphs? Yes, Father's told me stories plenty of times. What I found most captivating what I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches, teehee. Alright. Monet, what do you know about Sylphs? The Sylphs? Invertebrate tricksters and troublemakers, that's what they are. One day they're drawing mortal faces on our masks, the next they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they'll just laugh at you. Rolf claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. Well, I can see how that would be annoying. Blazette, what do you think? The quickest way to a quiver woman's heart might be through her stomach, but don't even think to foist your foodstuffs on a Sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me. Okay. It makes sense, all things considered. They are kind of plant people. Rolf, I found some things out. Oh, of course. Hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Okay. Yet nothing brings people together quite like a little toe tapping. As Sylph told me once long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You'd do well to remember this. It just may help you win the favor of our forest friends. Oh, so we gotta dance for them. First impressions. Rolf Hawthorne would share further knowledge to assist you in befriending the Sylphs. Oh, still here, eh? Great. There's one more thing you should know about the Sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you do well to bring along, what was it again? And my wife Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friend. Speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than mine own. I feel sorry for this guy. He's losing his memory. Jacob has moved to Twitch. Hang on, I need to scroll back up because y'all have gone past the top of my screen. I want to make sure I'm reading all your stuffs. I'm sorry, Neko, you're having some lag issues. Hopefully that will clear up soon. Jacob over on Facebook says, no, everyone wants to be a dog, thank you very much. Listen, just because you are of the K9 persuasion doesn't mean we all are. Paladin Pirate says, way to channel your inner Phil Harris. Emmeline sounds like a dangerous American hero from DC, as Neko says. Neko says definitely a 70s hero, or maybe Marvel, give or take. Jacob has now moved on to the Twitch side. Neko says, well, ain't they plant people? The Sylphs are plant people. We'll be meeting them soon. Yeah, that's what I thought. They're Fae, right? Not in this game. The Fae are entirely different. Although, and yes, you're correct as well in this game. It's a long time till I have to explain that. Let's just move on. And Jacob says, dance, magic dance. Well, unfortunately, I can't dance magic dance very well. Neko says, imagine breakdancing at a business meeting. Say hello to your audience. You missed a question about anime. Was that the one about Dirty Pair? I've never watched it. And then I get 2 emojis from Jacob. One being laughing and one being a dog. All right, so let's go find this Rosa to find out what it is we need in order to talk to the Sylphs. And I still can't fly yet. I don't know why I tried. I knew I couldn't fly. I'm not going to be able to fly in this area until I beat the 2.0 story. Okay, Rosa, sorry. A peace offering for the Sylphs? Or to anybody else would recommend a jar of honey, but I fear that wouldn't get you past their front doorstep. Dear no, their tastes run more to the unusual. Are you perchance familiar with milkroot? That's what we call the root of the most fiendish seedkin, the ochu. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce curious visions in the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying this stuff, but the Sylphs seem to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen an ochu around the comb in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to stimulate it somehow with some of this amber syrup, for example, you might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck. Okay. Excuse me, Mr. Treant. I don't want to bother you. I just need to check on this curious tussock here. Trez. I need to click this thing, not you. And the amber syrup. And now look at the Nochu. Who's surprised? I'm not. And he's down for the count. Present the milk root to Rolf. I got this one again. Oh wait, that was the hut. Okay, Rolf. You're not a dog, but I think of you that way because Rolf the dog is a Muppet. But anyway. Ah, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? Yes, this thing, milk root. The thick white sap extracted from this ochu root has the power to grant its user wondrously terrible visions, which means I will not be chewing on it myself. I get enough weird visions in this game as it is. Milkroot, but of course, those sylphs quaff that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead. The effect's just about the same as well. Any road, a gift of Milkroot will have the sylphs calling you friend and brother at the moment they lay eyes on it. Now let me wrap that up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. First contact. Rolf Hawthorne has gift wrapped your offering in preparation for your journey into the Sylphs Demesne. Demesne? I'm assuming that's a real word. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your Milkroot well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from that god's awful stench. Thank you. The sylphs love the stuff, but me, I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the morble that put an end to my adventuring days. But I can tell you that story another time. You're more important matters to attend to today, yes? The sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know that they're kind of heart. They'll not shun one whose intentions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend, and do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of full flower mead with your name on it if you regale me with one of your adventuring tales. Ah, and before I forget, don't go traipsing off just yet. Emmeline here would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. The winged ones. Not winged, winged. Hang on. Y'all talked fast. I'm not used to that yet. Neko says, hello, Charizard. Well, he's not quite a Charizard, but I get your meaning. Twitch just really hates his Final Fantasy games, especially. You really having that much trouble with the lag there, Neko? The organ music made me want to ask if Rose was Davy Jones. No, that particular mount is from far later in the game, and it was playing music related to the area that technically it came from. Neko says, Paladin Pirate, you made me think of that one joke, do you fear death? Do you fear the dark abyss? Well, you shouldn't have come to Disneyland's happiest place on earth. Well, was the happiest, not anymore. I'm not following you, Neko, I'm sorry. Arcee Seth says, ooh, Hawthorne is a very fancy name. Neko says, wasn't there a Rolf and Fire Emblem? Hang on, let me check. Artsy says, fun fact, milkweed, the real thing, is poisonous but attracts butterflies. Nice. Neko says, there is a girl named Rolf in Fire Emblem Path of Radiance and Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. RCF says, lol. Neko says, so I was right thinking Sothis. My memory is still working. Yeah. Retro says, been lurking. Hope y'all are doing well. Yes, we are, Francisco. Thank you. Good luck on your review of Cocoon tonight. Artsy says, I heard the word flagon and my brain went, the pellet with the poison, the flagon with the dragon, the vessel with the pestle has the brood that is true? I know that's from something, and I'm losing geek points not knowing what that's from. Neko says it gets worse when you're reading chat. Really? That seems kind of weird, because I would think the game screen being mostly still would be easier for the stream to handle. That's weird. Francisco says, thank you for the luck. You'll need it. I take it you didn't enjoy this one. Emmeline says, I'm reading chat still. It's good to see your knowledge of Sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival at Little Solace, seek out a young sylph by the name of Komuxio. He has served as an intermediary between our peoples on many an occasion, and has the close ear of the tribe's elder. I see that Hawthorne has furnished you with some of that maladrous root the sylphs so adore. I have something of a far greater import for you to deliver, a missive from the Elder Seed Seer herself. To summarize the letter's contents, in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy, that would be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Ixo have taken a toll on our resources, so we can ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I need not impress upon you any further the importance of this mission. May the 12th Seer return with good tidings. Alright, on to Little Solace. Paladin says it is 6:45 right now. What time do you see this? I'm seeing 6:46. And my timestamp on yours says 6:45:51. Artsy says, from the court jester with Danny K. I don't know that one. Neko says, imagine just having a random NPC in chat. My mind immediately thinks of that Cindy from Final Fantasy Epic Road Trip of the Four Friends. Alright. So, on to the land of the cabbage people. You could say I'm going to the cabbage patch. And apparently it's filled with giant gnats that I'm going to ignore. Komushio, how are you today?
Walking one is not familiar to this one. This one does not trust strange walking ones. Strange dancing ones might be a different story, but this one expects no such thing. Walking one should go home and leave this one be.
In that case...
This one would welcome walking one with moves like these ones. If walking one would talk to this one will answer. This one is a busy one, so walking one should speak with quick tongue.
Okay.
Walking one would bring gift to this one. Walking one is most kind.
Yes, I have a milk root. The thick white sap extracted from the Ochu root has the power to... I already read that one. That hasn't changed. Letter to the Elder, an important missive penned by Seedseer Khan E. Senna and addressed to the Sylph Elder. Yes. Hand off.
Walking one brings milk root. Milk root fills this one with great joy. This one gives thanks. Gives many thanks. Walking one carries message with Elder One. This one will deliver the message to Elder One. Walking one should not worry.
Hello there. We're envoys from Gridania, and we're here to treat with your people. We come to pay our respects to your elder and to learn from him more of your Lord Ramu.
Who are these ones? These walking ones come from Gridania? Walking ones became a dancing one and brought milk root, but walking one tricks this one. This one does not like tricks. This one will speak no more. Elder one is busy. Walking one should go home.
Go home, you say? But the Sosalil Sauce have always welcomed Gridanian envoys with open wings. The letter carried by Jack here is an oath of peace penned by the Elder Seedseer herself. Still you would refuse us? Guys, you didn't even dance.
This one's reasons are no business of Walking One's. Elder One has no words for Gridania. Walking One's waste everyone's time.
Well, I never. Turned away at the gates. Whatever did we do to deserve such a rude welcome? Was Jack's jig insufficiently jiggy? I'm as baffled as you, but something tells me recent events have our erstwhile fluttery friends feeling uncommonly wary. It would seem we've no choice but to ask around and see how we might earn their trust. Guys, you literally made them mad because you broke their etiquette by not dancing when you talk to them. How hard is that to figure out? Oh, I gotta pick one. Paladin Pirate says, I guess I'm not experiencing delays. Nicholas says, she was the trucker girl? Oh, she was the trucker girl. Okay. Oh, you mean the female Cid from Final Fantasy 15. I'm sorry, that took me a second. Nicholas says to Paladin, wait, you don't have lag? Nicholas says, if there is one firebender, I swear, no firebenders. Well, unless you see a black mage around. They might technically be bending fire and ice and lightning. Echo says, well, it's when it's still movements and not much movements. It lags, which is weird. Nico says, who's this hobbit? This is Papa Limo. He is one of our fellows in the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Nico says, these Les Munchkins would really love that one emote game. Nico says, I block it from memory so I don't remember the name, but it's that emote shooter game, whatever it is. Emote shooter game. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is either. Dance, dance, diplomacy. Ida has a notion of how one might earn the Sylph's trust. You mean dancing? Maybe? Ida? Say, Jack, are you in the mood for dancing? I already danced. Why don't you dance? That's right, dancing. We went through all that trouble to learn the Sylph's traditional greeting, but you've greeted hardly any of them. Why, if I were a Sylph, I'd be beside myself with delight to see an adventurer expressing an interest in my culture. Me? Of course I'd be happy to join. Ow! Ow! Oh, there goes those bloody leg cramps of mine, acting up again. Well, ain't that convenient, Ida? Ida the pugilist, who has to be able to move a lot. We'll bring Tress back in a second.
Ooh, Walking One knows Jolly Dance. Jolly Dance fills this one with good cheer. Let these two be friends.
All right. Amexia.
Walking Ones would be friend to these ones? This one is overjoyed, but this one keeps the ways of weaving a secret. Even if Walking One learned the secret, Walking One could not weave in the same way.
That's fair, I guess. Oh, Delexia. How do you feel about my dancing?
Walking One is a friend of these ones. Friendly like gracious elder, one of Forest City. Knows how to dance like these, dance into these ones' hearts.
So the Elder Seed Seer can dance, but Ida and Papa Limo can't. You lazy, good-for-nothing people.
Jack, would you like to hear the good news?
Oh, sorry, that's the wrong place. She's not a Sylph. Jack, would you like to hear the good news or the better news? The good news is that your lovely dancing has brought smiles and high spirits to all of Little Solace. The better news? Why, I've thoroughly recovered from those accursed leg cramps. Onward to the next adventure. Ida. Ida. Forest friend. Papa Limo has a notion of how you might endear yourselves to the Sylphs of Little Solace. Was my dancing not good enough, Papa Limo? Jack, As an adventurer, there's no stranger to helping distressed folks, I'd wager. Tales of good deeds are quick to spread. The adventurer who comes to the aid of the local populace can go from stranger to hero overnight. No doubt you see what I'm getting at. The sylphs who make their homes in Little Saws do so having been driven from their woodland home. Surely they have their fair share of troubles. Seek out troubled sylphs and see what might be done to ease their worries. Sound plan, would you not say? That said, the sylphs are not known to share their worries with outsiders. You would be better off inquiring with here Imedia of the Gridanians who reside here. She is most likely to be privy to the sylphs' troubles. Okay. Neko says, okay, gonna go, have a good stream. Have a good evening, Neko. Don't party too hard. Art says, how to befriend fairies. Bust a move. Neko says, if I had a nickel for every time a good name Ida was a lazy jerk, I'd have 2 nickels. Which is odd, which is not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Which is exactly what Artsy said. Okay, media. Help me here. Praise be to the elementals. I cannot express how happy I am to see an adventurer with a truly gentle heart. The sylphs of Little Sauce are sorely in need of aid. Pray, hear me out. Being a temporary settlement, Little Sauce wants for amenities. Not least a stout set of defenses. Consequently, beasts from moms around are free to wander in and terrorize the hapless residents. The Zizgorlins and Galnats that roam these parts are especially troublesome, but slaying one of each should serve as a warning to the rest. Furthermore, perhaps you could gather 3 brownie brushes as well. They play an important role in sylphic culture. I do not claim to know the details, but with such feral beasts prowling the forest, they are not easily to come by. When you are done with the deeds, seek out Kamuxio. He is slow to warm to outsiders, but your good intentions will not be lost on him. Mine own experience speaks to this. Okay. So we need to slay a Sizgorlin, a Galnat, and obtain brownie brushes. Nope, there's the Zizgorlin. Feel my steel! Oh, you know what I need to do? Oh, I don't have my greens on my hotbar down here. It's because I don't have any greens. Okay, let's go get some greens. Can't summon trays without food. Apparently I can't spell. I need to make that bigger so I can make out what it says. Which one was that, guys? I couldn't make it out. Minion roulette. All right. Gishel greens. Yoink. Let's get a bunch of these. I'll buy all of Mookie's. That'll hold me for a while. Alright, you wanted a minion roulette. Goodbye, wind up Hallam. And we got Wind Up Kane from Final Fantasy IV. Minion guide. Wind Up Kane. The tale of Kane, the dragoon who abandoned his duty for honor, is well known among Ishgardian children. To maximize the height of his jumps, the craftsman of the clockwork automaton lined the main control springs with over-aspected wind crystals. That's cool. Alright, back to the Hawthorne Hut. Now that I got stuff. Artsy says I actually like his armor. And he bounce. Yeah, he do bounce, because he's a dragoon. Oh, we got the fatter cat! I like how it just, when he stops moving, he just plops down. Bloop. He loafs. Because he's a cat, and that's what cats do. Let's check Fatter Cat in the Mount Guide. Seeing as how this Percy Pussy can defy the very laws of physics by propelling itself high into the firmament, meaning it can fly, it is very likely that this creature is either a void scent, using a bloated cat corpse as its corporeal vessel, or the deceased pet reanimated by one well-versed in the necromantic arts. Well, ain't that dark? Poor Fatter Cat. You're cute anyway. Yes, yeesh, I agree. Ooh, Brownie Brush. It's not even far from their town. Another Brownie Brush. Also not far from their town. Maybe these sylphs are just lazy? Yes, we do love the chubby kitty. Oh, look, guys. It's a boring Weevil. He's just so boring. Okay, I'm looking for something I'm supposed to be taking out over here. Ah, there's the Gale Gnat. Oh, I didn't summon my, Chocobo to help me. Come, Trez! Okay, Kalushia, or Kamushio. Comics. I'm gonna call you Comics. Okay, Comics. I have done your stuff.
Dancing one is still here. Dancing can dance all day. This one's trust is not so easily earned.
Well, I've got these brownie brushes. Legend says that Eorzea was once inhabited by a race of tiny creatures called brownies, and they would use the spores of this particular mushroom to paint their faces for battle.
Dancing one brings brownie brushes for this one. This one can dye thread once more. This one is pleased. Dancing one kills bitey buzzy one. This one hates. Bitey buzzy ones. Dancing one is kind, too kind. Many walking ones come here to this one's abode, but few are friendly like Dancing One. Perhaps this one was wrong not to trust Dancing One after all.
No kidding. Now, please, can I talk to your boss? Camuccio of Little Solace would entrust you with a task. Really?
This one asks Dancing One for forgiveness. This one will have many troubles since Walking One last came to our abode. This one must be careful. Always careful. But Dancing One is not like the other Walking Ones. This one can trust Dancing One. This one would ask Dancing One for help. Strange Walking Ones with bodies of steel come to the home of these ones. This one thinks steel ones come from Empire. Where Empire goes, many living ones become dead ones. Trees fall and bushes burn. This one's home is in danger. Danger! This one begs of Dancing One to help this one no more. Dancing One is friends with this one. These ones and Walking Ones, yes? Dancing One must speak to these ones here and Waking Ones in Hut House to find out more. This one has bad feeling. This one fears still ones are after something. But this one should speak no more. Go, Dancing One. This one depends on kindness of Dancing One.
The kindness of Dancing One is growing thin, comics. Oh, I should talk to you people? Okay.
Strange ones! Strange still walking ones? Yes, this one has seen. Still walking ones carry big boxes. Maybe walking ones hunt for shiny treasures? This one likes treasure.
I don't think that's what they're doing, buddy. Man, you are way up here, Marinter. I'm sorry, you're up here too, but I'm really here to speak to Nathasio. Trez, I'm trying to talk to the cabbage.
Shush, shush, this one says. Still walking ones are scary, like touched ones. This one hates scary, and scary ones have scary friends.
Okay. That was a baby, or not a baby, a tamed behemoth. I thought you were here when I brought him out last. I could be wrong. Been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Okay, we do have to go back to the Hawthorne Hut this time. Ooh, we got the giant kitty. We had the fat kitty. Now we got the thin, fast kitty. With his long whiskers. Yes, that was a flying tank you just saw. No, I will not explain it right now. Okay, guys, annoying one is wanting to know about the Empire. What do y'all know? Victor? What do you know, Victor? Fearsome types clad head to toe in steel, you say? Imperial soldiers, no doubt. I couldn't tell you what they were plotting. I'm sure it's nothing good. Well, you're probably not wrong there. Monet, what are your thoughts about the Empire? I suspect not very good. Men clad in strange armor. Why, now that you mention it, I did see some suspicious types of late. They were gathering deep in the forest. I simply assumed they were adventurers. You weren't thinking very clearly, now were you? Back to Camuccio. Thank goodness for mounts, otherwise this would take a long time to get back and forth. Art says may have been, but I forgot it, so key! Drones is dropping off a package. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Oh, we got French artists up in here. Assuming I'm saying the guy's name right. I mean, it wasn't spelled like Monet's. Okay, comics.
This one is happy to see Dancing One return. What did the Dancing One learn? This one sees. Still walking ones come from Empire, carry boxes and go walking deep, deep through the trees. As this one thought, still walking ones are up to nasty, no good things. This one knows forest well. Still walking ones try to hide, but this one will find them. This one would borrow Dancing One's map. This one makes mark right here. This is where Still One hides. This one knows. Dancing One will go looking for Still Ones, yes?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you didn't really give me a choice, now did you? Okay, back on the mount. Oh, and we just get Trez. Oh, but we don't have to go very far, because there's a suspicious box. Oh no! It's Imperials! Who'da thunk it? And the Imperials are down. Now let's check out the suspicious box. What did you get from Amazon Empire? Deliver the quartermaster's log to Kamushio. Why is Kamushio gonna know be able to read it and I can't? Pardon me while I pilot my Gundam through the forest. Hang on, I better get out before Comics gets any ideas.
Dancing One is back. This one breathed a sigh of relief. This one was worried. Dancing One found something.
Yes, the Quartermaster's log. It lists the supplies and material to be delivered to a certain Imperial stronghold.
Dancing One found paper inside a box. This is a message from Empire. This one can read Walking One's. This one can read Walking One's symbols. Message paper has names of food and rocks. Food and rocks were inside boxes, this one knows. But this one does not understand. Food and rocks mentioned all come from home of these ones. How do Still Walking Ones know how to find them? If there's sneaky ones hiding behind this one's wings, snooping ones selling secrets to Still Walking Ones? This one fears for this one's home, but Dancing One has helped this one much today. Dancing One must promise to always be friend to these ones.
I never said I wouldn't be. Now let me talk to your leader. Brotherly love. Kamushio is pining for a wayward friend. Oh, good grief.
Helpful ones arrive at a good time. This one needs helpful ones' help. One of these named Claxio ventured outside Little Solace alone. Alone is unsafe. Helpful ones must find Claxio. Claxio struck west after leaving the settlement. Hurry before Claxio ends up in the belly of a beastly one.
You cabbages need to not run off from each other. Driving on my motorcycle through the woods, because that's a good idea to be riding among the trees. Oh, here's Claxio right here. Gee, you didn't get very far.
What? Walking One wants this one to return to Little Solace. Don't make this one laugh. This one is weary of living with those who are not these ones. This one wants to be alone. These ones rely on Walking Ones for everything. No better than those ones that summoned the Primal One. Small wonder these ones chose to leave. These ones thought this a likely place to build a home, but then Meddling One arrives, forcing this one to go deeper into the forest. Meddling One is forbidden from following this one. Away with Meddling One!
Come back. Hang on, let me go talk to Kamushio again. I know what to do. I need to go find him and make sure he comes back. Why do I have to ask you about it? Comics?
What? Clashio refused to return to these ones. Went deeper into the forest? But this one saw touched ones lurking in the forest. Helpful one must hurry and find Clashio. Helpful one should search for spools of thread on the forest floor. Those things will lead Helpful one to Clashio. But hurry before touched ones take Clashio away.
I mean, that's what I was going to do, but I had to come back and talk to you. Meanwhile, on the Griffin. Oh, Clashio, I'm coming to find you, to protect you. I promise I'm not going to hurt you. Not very hard, anyway. I mean, I can't. You're an NPC. I can't attack you because you're not attackable. At least I don't think you are. That's not the way. This is not the way. There's the way. There you are, Clashio. We need to go home. Your other cabbages are waiting for you. Commence battle for brotherly love. Sure, I'll do it. I shall do it.
Meddling One is back! This one told Meddling One to be gone. Tell Kamushio that this one will never go back. Never! Oh no! Touched ones! Touched one should go away too. This one is good one. Everyone should just leave this one alone.
It's red cabbages. Be on guard, Jack. These sylphs have been tempered, brought under the thrall of the primal Ramu. Akin to the Amalja tempered by Ifrit, these sylphs exist only to serve their deity. They'll not answer to words, only steal. I take no pleasure in this, but it must be done. Time to toss a salad.
Clashio, these ones are your friends. Come with these ones. Never bad ones. No, this is good one. We'll never go with bad ones. Meddling One's not smart to anger this one. This one has many friends in the forest.
Immortal? Things are going so well. Hurry up, Papolino. I can't bear this stench any longer. I'm doing the best I can. We dispatch the sylphs, surely. There's something not right about this mobile. Ignore it and focus our attacks on the sylphs.
Hey, Jack, Papolino and I can run the beast. You take care of the sylphs.
Hey, fine. I'll take care of the sylphs. I got the bad breath. Pardon me. It's a Sylvan Budnapper. No, run away! Don't want to get hit. Don't want the bad breath on me. I don't want to stink. Can I attack you now? Oh, it ran away. Stupid cabbages.
This one is safe. This one was so scared. Clashio, this one has been worried. So very worried. Is Clashio unharmed? Still in possession of wits? Camushio and Meddling One as well. Why are these two here? These two came to rescue Clashio. That Clashio is safe fills this one with joy. Camushio, forgive this one. This one did not mean to run away from Little Solace. This one was just afraid. These ones who live at Little Solace were changing, becoming friendly with the other ones. This one feared that these ones were forgetting who these ones are, like Touched Ones did. But this one was wrong. This one can see that now. Helpful one. This one is grateful. This one will return to Little Solace to be with Camushio and friendly ones.
Well, that should be seen to that. What say we return to Little Solace as well? I, for one, could do with a nice hot bath. Oh, we ain't done with the cabbages yet. Yabba-doo-ba-doo-ba-da. La-la-la-la. Shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Here's more biblical fire wheels. Just happened to be what came up. Wheels within wheels. All right, Camushio. Can we talk to your boss now?
This one thought Clashio was lost forever. Helpful one saved Clashio. Now these ones can be family again. This one has known many walking ones, even many kind walking ones. The helpful one is kindness and strongest of all. Helpful one is a hero to these ones. Helpful one will bring these ones and walking ones closer together. This one knows. This one would take helpful one to see Elder One.
Finally.
But Elder One is...
You don't know where the Elder One is? Is that what you're about to tell me, you little... grasper? Mount speed in Lower Lenosha has increased. Mount speed in Central Shroud has increased. Mount speed in East Shroud has increased. Apparently, I just increased mount speeds all over the place. It's a lot of places where my mount speed has increased. Camushio would make a confession to you. You lost your boss, didn't you?
This one must ask Kind One's forgiveness. This one made promise to take Kind One to see Elder One, yes? But this one cannot. This one cannot because Elder One is not here. Elder One is not anywhere. Elder One went into forest yesterday but has not come back. This one is worried. Elder One often goes into forest, but never for this long. Kind One will help find Elder One, yes? Near where Elder One disappeared is the home of Walking One named Buscaron. Buscaron may know what happened to Elder One. This one would talk to Buscaron, but Walking Ones do not always trust these ones. Would Kind One talk to Buscaron for this one? And Kind One come from Gridania, yes? Gridania live many Kind Ones, yes? This one begs of Kind One, please go to Gridania and ask fellow Kind Ones for help. And please hurry, these ones are not safe till Elder One returns.
You lost your boss. Good job, comics. You do not do good job of leading your people. He did? He may not be alive. We don't know. He's somewhere around Buscaron. That's all we really know. We just gotta go check in here real quick. Okay, Vorsai, Helio. Well, if it isn't our intrepid ambassador, how fare your diplomatic efforts with the Sylph tribes? The Elder's gone missing, you say? Why, if he were to end up in the hands of the Tempered Ones, we'd have a crisis on our hands. See, you even talk like them. We can assure these Sylphs that my sharpest-eyed serpents will be on the lookout night and day. No stone must be left unturned. I would ask you to call upon Gaia Mulco at Bent Branch Meadows and deliver the message that the Wood Whalers are needed in the search effort. Okay. We will go talk to them then. To Bent Branch Meadows. At least we don't have to talk to these ones for a while. Always search for their boss. Because that was getting annoying, talking like that. Gia Mulco, I need you to look for a cabbage. A message from Commander Hulo, you say? The Sylph Elder has vanished. Worry not, friend. The Wood Whalers have eyes under every leaf, behind every branch. If the Elder is anywhere in these forests, we shall find him. And now we speak with Buscaron at Buscaron's Druthers. And that's pretty far away, so we're going to mount. I had you earlier. Let's go with a different one. Sure, I'll go with this motorcycle. This is Clouds from Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Or no, it's just regular Final Fantasy VII. Let's see if I can read the thing real quick. SDS Fenrir. Manufactured for use by the now defunct Strife Delivery Service, these two-wheeled monstrosities, a cerulean engine, howls like the silver wolf of legend as it propels its rider across desert and plain. And through forests, as it's about to do. Great thing about this one is it's always fast. Hear that nice 1997 MIDI music. Uh-oh. I'm getting some weird disconnects, according to this. Oh, it's good now. I had some issues with the server. Buscaron, hope you don't mind me driving into your bar. Well met, adventurer. We have the finest grog and grub this side of... Eh? Not here to fill your belly, then? Ah, a hunger for news, is it? Aye, there's been talk of a sylph lurking hereabouts, but I couldn't rightly say if it's the elder you seek. These woodland scamps all look alike. Short of painting one red and another one blue, most folk wouldn't struggle to tell two of them apart. If you've the time, mayhap you could stay a while and see what the gods have in store. You never know. You might even stumble across the Sylph Elder yourself. Really? So, we've come across a couple of these already before, but I kind of gone past them. And that's parts where the story originally, back before they cut it down, would have you come to an area, stay for a while, check around with some different side quests, maybe even some MSQ quests, until finally it had decided, oh, you've done enough, now you can keep going with the rest of the story. This is one of those places where they cut down, where immediately you talk to Buscaron, he's going, oh, by the way, I've got news. Buscaron could use an adventurer to douse a fight brewing in his establishment. Okay, maybe not immediately news. No word on the Sylph Elder yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. In the meantime, how about doing a favor for old Buscaron in return? Right then, let's put you to work. There's a customer outside who's spoiling for a fight, and I need you to cool him off for me. No need to go cracking any skulls, though. Just take the tub of cold water and douse the drunkard. Tends to do the trick. My patrons can swig grog all night and carousel loud enough to wake the dead if they wish, but as soon as it turns violent, I gotta put my boot down. So, despite the fact that it's raining... Oh, hi, Ida, Papa Limo. What are you guys doing? I need to go talk to this guy who's getting drunk and who's already wet and douse him with more water. Ugh. Nofika's... Well, I'm not saying that word. That's cold. What do you mean, no fighting? This Duskwight scum was... Yeah, I know the rules. Bastard's got to keep his skin for now. Artsy Stuff says, for some reason it reminds me of when I used to play Pokemon Coliseum. They'd have the writing in between animation. Similar music, but 2000s. Yeah, about that time, that's about all they could do was MIDI music. Nicely done, Jack. I'll not have my patrons picking fights with each other over a bit of petty prejudice. In case you didn't see, the bloke who caught the brunt of that outburst is a Duskwight Elizon. There are people who shun cities to live in the wilds, making them no better than brigands in the eyes of many. To be fair, the Duskwights can be an unruly lot, but they ain't so bad once you get to know them, and it don't seem right to bar a whole race of people from the druthers for the misdeeds of a few. There should be at least one place where anyone willing to pay the coin and drink in peace is welcome, don't you think? That's fair. And sometimes you gotta go where everybody knows your name. The eponymous proprietor of Buscaron Druthers is in need of an able adventurer. I appreciate all the good you've done for our patrons. The one patron we splashed water on. If you aren't disinclined, I have a favor of my own to ask of you. There's a Kierkin, I hate this word, Kierkern friend of mine, you see, name of Tetarune, a good lad. It was right after the calamity that I came across him fallen in the shroud. He nearly died in all that havoc, so I took him in and nursed him back to health best I could. He worked here at the Druthers for a spell after that, got to talking about striking on his own he did, and not long after cast his lot with a merchant bound for Lenosha. Well, it just so happens I got to cleaning up around here and came across something of his, this scarlet earring. I know he was fond of the thing, but he must have just forgotten it when he left. So I'd like to see that it gets to him. Can't say for sure where he ended up, but might be a friend of mine can, a Rogadin fellow named Bonsing. You can find him at the Hawker's Alley in Limsa Laminsa. He knows everything of the comings and goings of merchants there. Okay, so we go to Limsa. See you in a bit, Trez. A lot of people in town tonight. There's Bang Sing. Hey, I'm looking for someone named Tetarune. You found your way to Hawker's Alley, friend? A Kierkern who's worked at the Druthers? Aye, you speak of Tetarune. Related to that Kyokurune bloke, just over there by some blood or another. Two of them put in together and were making good coin, but old Tetarune up and left Limsa not long ago. Couldn't say why or where. You better off asking Kyokurune himself. He can be tight of lip, though I warn ye, best to take this chicken egg with ye. Little bastard loves the bloody things. Good to hear about old Busk, though. Sounds as though he ain't changed a bit. Just like him to send a venture along, too shy to come his own self. Gods, I miss drinking with that fool. Kyokurun? I'm assuming I'm saying your name right. So yeah, this is a Kyokern. They're rat people. Customer be welcome. Not customer? Not come with custom? Kyokurun busy with business. Too busy for blather. I come with egg. If one were so inclined, the freshness of this egg could be checked by placing it in a container of water. Were it to lay on its side, it's almost certainly fresh. Should the egg float, however, it may be possessed by a void scent and should be smashed with extreme prejudice. I love the flavor text of this game. Chicken egg! Kyokurun love chicken egg. Love chicken egg more than love customer. Looking for Tetarun? Tetarun no here no more. Tetarun leave Limsa. Tetarun go further, go look for sparkles. Sparklies. Now working at trading post. Good trading post. Forget where trading post is. Weinberg no Tetarun. Weinberg no trading post. Weinberg at ferry docks. You go to ferry docks. Kyokurun forget things. Weinberg remember things. You talk to Weinberg, not Kyokurun. Okay. We'll go talk to Weinberg then. Is Weinberg another Kyokurun? I'm hoping I'm saying that name right. I just think of them as rat people. Rodentia. There's Weinberg. Okay, Weinberg, I'm looking for a Kyokurun. You might know where he is? Tetarun? Yeah, I've seen him. That is to say, I saw him. He was headed somewhere up north, by way of the ferry to Aleport. Might as well head there and see what you can suss out. The skipper here can take you there. When you arrive, I'd start by asking Ahifet. He's an old hand what knows a great deal about a great many things. Okay? Bear in mind, this is all to just to help Buscaron. This is we still don't know where the Elder Sylph is. We are on a weird tangent. Tetarun? I saw him. That is to say, I seen him. He took himself north through Skull Valley, on into Oakwood. Was looking for a place run by his fellow Kyokern. I reckon he meant the one right on the shore of Bronze Lake. Memerun's trading post. Follow the road and you're sure to find it. Okay. I know I said his name was Memerun, but let's be honest. I see his name is Memerun. So yeah, we're heading to the memes. On our fat cat. Just so everyone knows where they're at, up here on the left is where we did where Sastasha was, and we fought the pirates. Well, the bad pirates. And we've made it to Upper Lenosha, into Oakwood. Round the Bumblebee. Take a left. Looks like we need to follow this road. Past another Bumblebee. There's Tetarun. Hi, Tetarun. Customer, be welcome. Not customer? Not come with custom? Bring something for Tetarun. Yes, I found this. A weathered brass earring fitted with a polished scarlet stone. A favorite of the forgetful Kyokern Tetarun. Tetraroon forget this? Forget it, druthers? Tetraroon swore would never forget an earring, but never forgot. Forgot. Tetraroon thanks. Good Buskaroon doing good. Good Buskaroon good to Tetraroon. Tetraroon miss good Buskaroon. Sigh. Yeah, we'll go with that one. It's an upgrade on the helm. Except it doesn't want me to take that one. First. Oh, it's because I got the thing. Okay. Duh. Ooh, a weapon coffer. Tetraroon has places for you to go and thingies for you to get. Microbrewing is the name of this quest. Good Buskaroon help Tetraroon. Tetraroon dead without good Buskaroon. Must give thankies. Many thankies. Tetraroon make Kirkin firewater for Buskaroon. Buskaroon love firewater. You help Tetraroon make firewater? Need thingies to make. Need many thingies. Need curl pup whiskers. Need 3 good curl pup whiskers. We need curl pup whiskers. Curls are the cat things. They have the very long whiskers. We will be seeing one obviously here in just a minute, which I'll have to take down. Oh, giant kitties. I need some whiskers. Ah, I really just need to go north. Oh, that's a big skeleton. Oh, kobolds. Apparently I didn't need to be up there. Ah, there's a curl pup. Of course, calling him a pup is weird when he's a cat. I guess because kitten sounds worse somehow. Ah, stupid bumble beetle. Quit bugging me, you beetle. One more. There we are. And I got a bunch of them. That's fine. Okay, back to Tetraroon. Well, at least you can always find this one. This mount. Because he glows in the dark. And technically he glows in the daytime too. Alright, Tetraroon. Can you make your firewater with us? Tetraroon, make firewater for Buskaroon. You bring thingies Tetraroon need? I did. It takes almost a full year for Curl to grow its first whiskers. Took less than a minute to remove them. Not wrong there. You brought all thingies. Tetraroon, make firewater now. Make good firewater for good Buskaroon. Tetraroon, start making firewater now. Good firewater take time. More time. More good. You come back later. Okay. You already ready for me? Titran appears to have finished his gift for Buscaroon. Well, thank goodness. Titran, make firewater. Good firewater. You take to Buscaroon. Good firewater for good Buscaroon. Tell Buscaroon no drink now. Tell put away 1 year. 1 year make best flavor. Titran hope Buscaroon happy. Titran gives Buscaroon thankies. Many thankies. You tell Buscaroon. Titran make big shop someday. Biggest shop in Eorzea. Like many sparklies. All thanks to good Buscaroon. I'm glad you're having a good time. Let's see what I got in my weapon coffer. I forgot about it till just this now. We got a new sword, and it still doesn't want us to take it for some reason. I'm going to say boo-hoo on yoo-hoo. I think it's because I already technically have... I do have better stuff. 31 and 23. Yeah, I already have better stuff. That's why. Fair. So, back to... I guess the closest is Bent Branch. So we can go talk back to Buscaroon. Maybe now he's found where the Elder Cabbage has gone. Artsy says, back! Had breakfast burrito for dinner. Nice. I just went on a long tangent to go deliver an earring to a rat man, and now I'm heading back to Buscaroon to give him firewater, so maybe he can tell me where the stinking cabbage elder is. I know it sounds like it's frustrating, but so like, just, why are y'all sending me on these long paths? I like this game, I really do. But this is this start is still one of the more headache-inducing. Now kicking back in iced coffee, nice. Enjoy your iced coffee. I've never been much of an iced coffee drinker. I prefer my coffee hot. But I think it's because I prefer the coffee to be just hot enough that you can't taste the coffee, if that makes sense. Convoluted quests, well, sounds like JRPGs. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. It's just, a lot of this, okay, part of the frustrating thing on this is I know why they did this originally. And that's because it took a long time for you to actually level up from 1 to 50. So they had to keep giving you these quests to send you around places. And then, back 3-4 expansions ago, they cut it down. But they couldn't cut all the content that was, you know, making you go to places and do stuff. A, because you still need to have reason for story. Second reason is a lot of times they're introducing characters here that are going to come back and are important characters. And I don't remember how Tetraroon comes back into this, but it was important that we go see him. I don't remember why, because it's been a hot minute. Buscaroon, you've returned. Thank you for seeing Tetraroon's belongings to him. What's this, for me? Yep, I got you some firewater that needs to ferment. A foul brew that is made by tossing various items found in the wild, both live and dead, into a barrel of water and letting the concoction ferment for a se'night under the warm sun. Kirkin firewater, so he remembers my fondness for the drink, does he? Why, that old bloody hells. Who's cutting onions back there? He says to shove it for a year, does he? Aye, that sounds about right. I hate to have to wait, but I reckon it'll be worth it. This stuff has an aroma and body unlike any other drink I know. It's going to be a long year, but say you come back then, friend. We'll see if we can make it through this bottle together. Alrighty. Alright. Our next quest is called Selfish Concerns, so if Buscaroon had his druthers, he'd have an adventure with whom to share a talk of sylphs. There was word while you were away. Sylphs were seen in the wood, but near no lands of their own. No, this was a place near to here, a place we've never known a sylph to come. Finally. Something must have given them cause to venture this far. More than like, they're missing sylph elders among them. Here, I've marked the tract where they were sighted on your map. Let's see if there's anything to be seen. Okay. North of here, it says. Oh. There's one right here, actually. Somewhere here. Ah, up there. Looking around. Nothing here. All right. We'll keep going. Oop. There it is. Any sylphs here? No sylphs here. What about over there? I don't want to deal with any tolls. Excuse me, Mr. Red Bellies. I'm looking for a sylph. Looking around for a piece of talking cabbage. No cabbage here. Let's keep going. Maybe I gotta go around. There it is. Art Stiff says, oh yeah, with iced coffee you usually have so much stuff in it doesn't taste much like coffee. I get that. But at that point I think I'd just rather have other things. Ooh, hostile presence. Die, cohort. Stinking Imperial. Oh, there's another one of you. See how you like being hit with my paddle. That'll teach you to deal with being Imperial. Trez, let's mount. Looking for the talk cabbages. They sucking cabbages are very annoying. I must find one now to complete this task. I can't think of good parody lyrics. Okay, I'm gonna need to go back this way. I get it. It's Buscaroon's druthers. If he had his druthers, he'd be a bartender. Oh, wait. I passed it. There it is. Up there where the Ochu is. Another hostile presence. Where is it? Stinking Imperials. What have you done with my cabbages? Alright, back to Buscaroon. Fatter cat. Got me a fatter cat. It's cute and cuddly, my fatter cat. 'Cause everybody wants to be a fatter cat. Fatter cat. Buscaroon. You haven't gotten into that firewater yet, have you? Let's let it sit. So, there was a lot to be found in the wood. What did you come to? Garleans? In this part of the Twelves Wood? First sylphs, now Garleans. And all in the same place. It cannot be mere coincidence. Might the Garleans be following the sylphs? Tracking them or giving chase, mayhap? But no, not this far into the forest. The whaler spires are everywhere. Imperials could never have stolen past them all. How in the bloody hells could they? Unless someone guided them through. Someone who knew where the spires stand and where the whalers watch. A Gridanian traitor. Can I equip these pants? Or are those not allowed either? Can I get a new pair of pants? I got a new pair of pants, but I need to, oh, I can't apply my palette here. Novel Rish. Buscaroon has more work for willing adventurer. I'm glad you've come, friend. There's something I want to talk to you about. You know, I said I thought we might have a traitor in our midst. Someone as was aiding the Garleans. Well, I'm thinking I may have identified our suspect. There's a regular of mine who used to dine on thin soup and sip his pint on account of not being able to afford another. But of late, he's taken to ordering my best wines and the finest cuts of meat I can lay my hands on. Were he a merchant, I'd probably think nothing of it, but this lad's a wood whaler. And wood whalers don't earn that kind of coin. By chance, I was musing on this when money was coming from when you first told me about the Garleans in the forest, and I couldn't help putting two and two together. Suffice it to say, if a whaler's working for the Empire, none of us are safe. This lad I'm talking about goes by the name of Laurentius. Last I heard, he was in South Shroud. Find him, Jack, and if he is up to no good, put an end to it. And him, if it comes to that. Shouldn't I talk with the wood whalers first? They may not like it if I go killing one of their guys, whether or not he's a traitor or not. They may not believe me when I say this guy is a traitor. I don't really have evidence that he's a traitor right this second. So shouldn't I talk with, you know, the wood whalers? Kind of get them to understand? Oh well. Laurentius, are you a traitor? Can't you see I'm on patrol? Be gone! If you have business with the whalers, take it to the barracks. Laurentius. I'm here to annoy you. Not long now. To think patrol routes and rations would fetch such a price. No more than I deserve, though. 'Tis a little wonder the Empire has risen to such heights. Only the whalers paid men their worth. You! What did you... How long have you... Help! 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 Please, come quick, my friends. It is I, Laurentius. I am under attack. I shall take out these people, whom I don't like, because they're Garleans. No, most of them were pressing the service. I don't have a choice in the matter. How did you just... I know nothing. I was on patrol. You just appeared. I thought you were working for the Garleans. Right. That and about $2.50 will buy you a 20-ounce Coca-Cola. Excuse me, Jay. There you are, Laurentius. Yes, I shall do that. How long do you mean to keep this up? What is it you imagine I've done? Enough, enough, I say. It's over. It's over then. I sold maps and rations to the Empire. It was I meant no harm. I only wanted the coin. The whalers are good, strong. I was proud to join their ranks. Am proud. But they do not provide. They preach justice, honor, duty, but in the end it is those with money who do as they will, who live as they will. So I thought an opportunity to change my fortunes, and took it. All I've done for money. Endangered myself, my home, everything and everyone I love. Why, my actions have put your life in danger too. At least you're honest about it. Well, you did not yet realize how much. Bloody idiot. Did you imagine that you had cornered me? It is not I who is cornered. Garleans! I brought the Vieira bastard! Permits me a question, if you will. Are all adventurers as deluded as to believe they can challenge the power of Garlemald? You would need a veritable mountain of gil to fund such an endeavor. Such is the cost of fighting great power, or of making it, or of remaking it, as we will Gridania. So that's the way of it. Swapped your hard bunk at the barracks for a feather bed in Garlemald, did ye? You there, Vieira. You stand here at Old Bus Swish, no? Then you don't stand alone. You mean to stand against the might of the Empire with this red belly rabble at your side? Ha! Your eyes betray your words, coward. You know full well the whalers feel the loss of sting. Come on, legless Laurentius. After these trees drink your blood, I will see to it they are cut down and burned. Show them what happens to those who oppose the Empire. Is this the fight Lisgard wants won? Then the Crow Claws will fight it. Why? You some have no allegiances. So this is to be my end. Come on. Let's take this traitor down. How has it come to this? Impossible. How did you best the Empire's finest? And with bandits and poachers at your side. They are your sworn enemies. Why do they fight with you and not against you? But I know the answer only too well, Buscaron. This is his doing. His words are wont to inspire men to act. Better men than I. Gods, what have I become? What have I done? I am sorry. No more will I pursue this folly. No more lies. No more bribes. I will go to the Order of the Twin Adder and confess my crimes. There is something I'd like you to tell Buscaron. Tell him Laurentius, the fool, says thank you. I feel as though a veil has been lifted from before my eyes. Well, at least you understood your wrongdoing. All right. It is 8 o'clock. We haven't quite found our elder sylph yet, so we'll have to finish that next time. Laurentius confessed to his crimes? I just had word from the Twin Adder. That was fast. Seems he marched straight into the nest and gave himself up. The lad's had quite a life, you know. His mother was killed by a brigand. He was only small. As a young man, he joined the Whalers, hoping to spare his fellow Gridanians the misery he'd known growing up. Trouble is, protecting Gridanians too big a job for one man. He came to believe that he couldn't make a difference, that it was hopeless. There are few things far more dangerous than desperation, and a man lost in the dark is easily drawn to the glimmer of coin. I reckon he thought that if he couldn't change the lot of his fellow man, he might as well change his own. Thing is, he was making a difference, just not on his own. Somehow he'd failed to grasp one simple truth, that those things we cannot do alone, we must do together. Eh? He asked you to thank me, did he? Then there's good in him yet. I just hope that the Adder's Nest are able to see it. What he's done ain't easy to forgive, but I like to think he'd be afforded a chance to make amends. But let us leave fates to the 12. I have other news for you, Jack. The Sylph Elder has been found. Took long enough. But we will have to wait until next time, because it's late. Jump back to the house, to the FC house. And I will see who we can raid this evening. Following. Well, I thought I'd stayed on long enough for Francisco to get on, but I don't see him. Well, how about somebody else who's playing Final Fantasy 14? Y'all don't have to hang out with it if you don't want to. I will talk with y'all later. Join us Friday for Marchand coming back to review G.I. Joe, the movie. It's going to promise us to be a fun time. And, yeah, see y'all then.